Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, guys. And we told you guys we try to bring it to you every night this week. So here we are for round 2, guys. The 49ers and Vikings comparisons. The game is getting closer. I'm getting a little antsy. I was thinking like, oh, is today Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? And I couldn't figure out why I felt like it was Wednesday all day long. Then it hit me when I got home. The Niners play on a Saturday, not on a Sunday. So my body clock, I'm biologically, it's set up already, guys. It feels like a Wednesday to me, but let me stop. Let me go ahead and get to some of these formalities, guys. This is your first time here. We want to thank you guys for checking us out on the YouTube page. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And then more importantly, make sure you guys turn on your notifications. That's going to let you know every time we go live. So that way you guys don't miss an impromptu show or scheduled shows like what you're watching tonight, okay? Make sure you guys give us a follow on our social media pages, our Twitter and our Snapchat. That handle is nothing but 9ERS. That is nothing but the number 9ERS. That's Twitter and Snapchat. Give us a follow on Facebook as well as Instagram. That handle is nothing but Niners. That is spelled all the way out with spaces in between. Guys, over 15,000 strong over there in the Facebook community. Facebook passed YouTube by a lot. YouTube, guys, we got to get this YouTube page up, man. You guys got to start spreading the word. Tell your people to tell your people. All right, let's get some more followers and subscribers over here on the YouTube channel. All right, but if you guys forget anything that I told you, fret not. We have a website for you guys. It's www.nothingbutniners.com. That is going to give you everything that I just told you about, all our social media pages and things like that. A fan page over there also dedicated just to you guys. Get all your game day pictures. If you guys got bottles of champagne, you guys got bottles of wine, you have pets decked out in your 49ers outfits and stuff like that, send us those pictures. You can send them to us through email. The email address is nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. One more time, that is nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. All right, so that's going to be it. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL, and we have 4 guys back again, man. Let's bring in Nick first. Oh, he's on mute.
I'm muted. Bang, bang, not a gang. What's going on, faithful?
Yeah. We got Nick in here, and let's bring in my man, Tony. What's going on, man?
What's up? Can't wait for this game, man.
Oh, yeah. And then last but certainly not least, my man, Wayne. What's going on?
I am ready for some football. Hey, it's only Tuesday, but we got a lot of stuff to bring to you right now. So make sure you tuned in. Like that button. Like, subscribe. Share the broadcast. Let's go.
That's right, man. Wayne, man, you don't stop broadcasting. I just got done watching you on something else, man. You stay on the go.
Hey, man, it's what I love to do, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Nah, man, we want to thank you, man. We appreciate it. And also, guys, you already know what we're here to talk about, man. 49ers and Vikings, man. The divisional round matchup is set, man. We're going to keep breaking this thing down. Yesterday, we did some very general comparisons. And let's start with some news before we get to the details. Let's talk about some of the injuries and stuff that we're hearing about. I know some of you guys have some of that, so who wants to lead this one off, man? I know Tony was talking about some of the injuries for the Vikings. We have some news for the Niners as well. What's up, fellas?
Let's do one at a time. Like we each bring something to the table. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, D Ford is practicing. He's not limited. He went to a full practice, and he looked pretty damn good. They showed a picture of the 4 guys, him, Buckner, Armstead, Bosa, getting the first-team reps, and it looked pretty good. Finally, it's back. I really hope it stays this way and there's no other setbacks, because I think this defensive line is going to help us to get through these playoffs and to the Super Bowl.
And that's big news right there, guys. D Ford is back at practice. Last week people were concerned, Ford's not practicing. And I kind of casually threw it out there. It was never in the plans for him to be practicing last week. That's why they said the bye week was important, to get him that extra week of rest. It wouldn't be an extra week of rest if he was practicing last week. You get what I'm saying? So that's really, really important, man. But there's other Niners that are coming back. And Nick, you want to go next, or you want Wayne to go?
Wayne can go.
All right, man. Hey, we already know, man, Mr. Block is hot. He has been cleared to play in this wide 9 on this 49ers defense. Listen, man, the energy is going to be back. That heart-pumping, wrenching energy guy flying around the field is going to be back. We are concerned about, his torn pec, blah 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 blah, whatever. I think this man is going to come back. He's going to he's going to set the tone on the first play. If 49ers wins the coin toss, they are definitely going to defer that junk, and they are going to lay the pipe game down on these Minnesota Vikings on the first play on defense. Mark my words. Quan Alexander is back.
All right, man. I like that news, man. He was medically cleared. Shanahan did his presser today, and he mentioned something. He was like, it's a coach's decision at this point. He can go out there and he can go. Now, he was listed as limited in practice today. I'm sorry, not him. D Ford was one of the guys listed as limited in practice today. But we'll give you that injury report. Nick, is there anybody that you want to touch on from the injury front on either team?
Yo, sorry to say this, not really. Sorry, not sorry. See you, Marcel Harris. Get your ass back on the bench because Jaquiski Tart is back and ready for action. All three of these boys ready to back. Like you said, Mike Quan, obviously had a blue non-contact jersey on, but he was hitting bags. He was doing a lot of extensions, things like that. And that's just a energy boost for this team in general. But getting Tart back as well for some of these coverages and things like that. While Marcel Harris started to get a little bit better week in, week out, he's still not Jaquiski Tart. So, hey, man, this defense, look, all 53 men practice today.
Yo, I mean, just having Tart back, guys, is such a big help to the secondary, man. Even in the box, he's our box safety, man. On that run game, it's perfect. We're getting Dalvin Cook and we're getting our safety back. Like, I don't think y'all understand that. And if you guys think for a second out there that Kyle Rudolph's gonna have a field day with Pop-Tart being back on that field, get that shit out your head, because we have been missing him for the past 5 weeks, 6 weeks. It's been so long, and we watch tight ends do their thing. Now, Marcel Harris is back on the bench, but do not think he won't come into this game and make a big play, because that's what he does. He's a playmaker when he's called upon. He's just not a starter yet. So that's how I look at Marcel Harris. So this is good. The depth is back. The block is hot. Man, I don't know what to say. Go ahead, Mike. Take this joint, man.
Maybe I got nothing to talk your shit, Wade.
I don't think they understand how this like week one, when the defense was salivating from the mouths, and we're talking about Nick Bosa, the greatest phenom since probably J.J. Watt coming into this game, correct? And this boy is going to be single. He's going to be one-on-one. He's going to be. Look, I looked at Nick Bosa and I looked at Joe Staley in the presser and I said, God dang, Bosa's huge. He's bigger than Joe Staley. The fact, and this is how Nick talks. Yeah, so yeah.
Gentle giant, man. We got a whole defensive line full of them, man.
The fact that D Ford is back is probably the greatest addition to our team, because now teams, Tony said it yesterday, do you want to block the speed or you want to block the power? Pick your poison. This is probably
well, for once, listening to the pressers today, our media actually asked some good questions, and one of them being, how happy are you to have D Ford back in this, on this defensive front to benefit you? And he said it won't only benefit me. He's like, but when you have any other type of pass rusher in that capability of D Ford, it allows me to get more slide twos, more ones, and it's also going to open up the middle of the field for the interior guys. So don't be surprised if the interior guys eats, he says. Basically have a good day. So we've been talking about this. I know it's only one person, but that one person jumps you from here to here.
Tony broke it down about the alignment and how they have to play him and everything.
Yes, he did.
The tackle's footing. All that makes the difference and opens it all up in the middle.
The spacings and their gaps, like it's going to be, oh my gosh, man. It's going to be wide 9 facility. Like, it's going to be crazy. And now that we have Quan back on that outside, it's like the speed is there. So you put Quan and what, Greenlaw on the outsides and Warner in the middle. And now we got depth with Shire and my head is about to blow. It's about to explode.
I think that's the most exciting thing that I'm happy about with Quan coming back is Shire not having to play as much because now Greenlaw will slide out there. I'm fully confident in Greenlaw. Shire, you can tell, is an undrafted guy who needs to – not that he's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's bad. But you can see some of the mistakes that he's made. Through these games, whether it be missed tackles or just assignments blown or whatever it may be. It brings back that leadership, and the biggest thing that I'm happy about with all these guys being back is the communication. And whether it's on the front four, whether it's in the linebacking core. And the other interesting thing we need to talk about today is the question was asked, are we done with talking about Quan?
Yeah.
Mike, go ahead. I know you want to say something. I don't want to jump into the next subject.
Not just Quan, but we have to finish talking about the rest of the injuries before we continue. That's what I wanted to do. So I don't know if you were done with what you were saying about that, but I'm going to read the official injury report for the practice today. If no one else has anything else to say. Yeah. No.
Well, everybody practiced everybody practiced, but the only limited was Contavious Street,
Ford, Street, and
D Ford and
Quan.
Yeah. So all 53 players were active and on the field today. Limited were just like you guys said, D Ford with the quadricep and hamstring. Mike Person had the neck injury, and Contavious Street with the knee injury. And that knee injury seems a little random for Street. I don't know where that came from, and I'm wondering if it's the same injury from before. Because it was a knee ACL type of thing before, right? Wasn't that what had him on IR last year?
Well, he had knee surgery coming out of college, I believe.
Right, but then they opened up his practice window. He re-aggravated something, and then he did. Remember last year, the last couple of games, I think like week 9 or 10 or something like that, he was like in that practice window, but they never activated him. He had some kind of setback. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with his knee. I'm hoping it's not the same leg. That's all I'm hoping for. As far as the Vikings go, their list is long, and this is kind of crazy. It says did not participate in practice. Cornerback Mackenzie Alexander with a knee injury.
Surgery.
He's out.
He's out.
He's not. Now check. This is crazy. He did have a surgery. They have officially ruled him out for this game, but they said that if they win, he's not done for the playoffs
because it's only a scope.
So he did like a little
cleanup. Basically, cleanup.
All right, so that's him. Alexander will not be playing in this game. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs did not practice due to an illness. We're going to come back to that later on. Okay. Defensive tackle Linval Joseph, a knee injury, and safety Jaron Curse, toe and knee. Those guys did not practice today, and then they have a list of full participants in practice, and I'm not going to read that. I don't know why they decided to list full participants in the injury report. So their list is not as long as I thought it was. I apologize for misleading you guys. So let's acknowledge this comment here from Lycan here. D Ford and Bosa combination is nearly unstoppable. It also lets you move Armstead back to the middle where he thrives. Man, guys, we're talking about Armstead in the middle. We're talking about Buckner. And I'm excited to see all of this stuff happening. And I've reminded myself not too long ago about Earl Mitchell coming back in the middle too.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
We're gonna smack this offensive line so hard and so consistently, man. I'm sorry. All right, so go ahead, Nick. I know you wanted to go somewhere else after the injuries. I'm done with the injuries, man. I'm getting excited over here. I'm sorry.
No, before we get into everything else, I rewatched the game from week 1 last year, and everybody's like, oh, Jimmy Garoppolo gets his chance to come back and this and that, against the team that he played against. I'll tell you what, man. Not only is this team totally different compared to what we have on the field, but man, we were so bad at tackling.
Oh my God, the missed tackles.
Bad at tackling in that game. Like that game was just so bad defensively. Like lights and like, damn. I mean, it's night and day compared to what this defense looks like now and what it was before in that week 1 last year. Now, obviously, we're going into the playoffs, have a full year of 16 games under our belts with this defense. But, man, I just can't believe, unless you really sit back and you watch a game from last year and compare it to this year, we all know we were bad last year, right?
Agreed.
But it wasn't that we were bad. It was just that, well, yeah, we were bad. But if you compare these positions, like
our running back, Nick, was Alfred Morris, Nick.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Alfred Morris, right? Like was getting stuffed up the middle all game, fumbled at the 2-yard line in that game. But if you look at the defensive side, we had Brock Coyle,
right,
playing linebacker. Ronald Blair was playing some defensive end.
Bro, Bowman was still out there. Like, come on, man.
Bowman was still out there. I'm just trying to think of the guys that were there. Bowman, Brock Coyle, Ronald Blair, Aaron Lynch. What's the other dude's name?
There?
Eli Harold. Who were you saying?
Was Reuben Foster still there? That was week 1, right?
Yeah, he didn't play though.
He didn't play that game.
Yeah, he did. I think he did.
He
didn't play till week 4 last year.
I thought he was suspended or something.
He was suspended.
Yeah.
What was it the first play where they ran a swing pass to Cook out in the flat and he came up and just flat out stuck him?
Oh, that's right. He got hurt that game with a shoulder and left the game. He was in for the first 2 plays or whatever. And then I think the next game is when he got suspended, or the next game that he played or whatever for suspension.
But Cassius Marsh was our edge rusher.
Yeah, Cassius Marsh. Dude, this team is just totally different from up to down. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo was there, but offensively, all the running backs other than Breida are different. Receivers, completely different.
Yeah, I think Dante Pettis had probably like one of his best games, and
the one rollout from Jimmy and hitting Dante in the corner.
Yeah,
was a nice play though.
That was a beautiful throw, nice catch. It's just a different team. And like you said, it's night and day. I don't know why I have the utmost faith and confidence in this team for this particular matchup. I'm not sleeping on Minnesota. It's just that.
Yes, y'all are.
I'm not sleeping on Minnesota, bro. I'm just uber confident in what we have. I've watched resilience be built and not be torn down. Even in the 3 losses that we took, Mike, the resiliency did not get torn down. What they do after them losses, bro? They came out and trashed the motherfucking team they played next every time. So I'm just saying, if this unit is together, like they said on the radio on KRB, whatever you was listening to, the only way the 49ers lose this game, only way they lose this game is if they beat themselves, bro. That's the only way. Only way.
All right. All right. Okay. We're going to keep talking.
We can talk about Minnesota defense. They probably got one of the best lines in the game, correct? We said that about Green Bay. What the freak happened? We said that about Carolina. What happened? We said that about every team we played. What?
Don't pretend like Green Bay wasn't getting all over Jimmy.
One guy was.
Like they weren't living in that backfield, bro.
One guy had 2. One of the Smith brothers had 2 sacks. One guy had 2 sacks. Zadarius Smith. They stopped the other Smith, and the other Smith was getting through. With our beat up ass O-line,
Jimmy had to get hit like 12 times that game.
And he threw like 4 touchdowns.
That's different. That's different. We were getting after Aaron Rodgers. These guys can get into it with the best of the best.
Look, bro, our line is not better. This year? Our line's not better, Mike. Our line has not felt like it's been gelling better.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when you said I'm not sleeping on them, I think we might be sleeping on them.
Now you sleeping on them. What I'm saying is I just have the utmost confidence and faith in this particular team. I have no choice. We call ourselves faithful. Don't call us. Don't be a faithful if you ain't got faith in this team, yo. That's how I look at it.
Hey man, listen. I'm saying that them boys gonna be ready. They play up to their competition. I will say that when they played the Chiefs, they only lost that game by 3 points. They were right there. They were going toe to toe with them boys. I'm just saying that they're ready. They're ready.
We not the Chiefs. Ain't no team in the NFL the 49ers, bro. Not one team is resilient like this team, bro. The way the talent has been sculpted to be on this team, we've watched people that we thought weren't talented be talented. Why? because it started with the coach, it trickled down to each piece, and Nick said Jimmy looked bad in that game, right? He had like 2 interceptions, maybe 3 interceptions in that first time he played Minnesota. He was throwing the ball right to them. Dante Pettis, he just missed Pettis and just threw it right in front of him. And maybe it was Trey Waynes or somebody picked the ball. All I'm saying is it's a different Jimmy. He's got a different mindset. He's balling out of his mind. I'll go on the limb and say Jimmy be MVP next season. That's how confident I am in this team. We've watched Pat Mahomes win it. We watched Lamar Jackson, and now it's next for the next phenom to take over. That's what the league do. Look, man, I'm just uber confident, bro. Like, even if you feel like their defense is gonna stout our offense, that's fine. Cool.
Ruben, Foster didn't play in that Minnesota game. He only played September 23rd, the 30th, October 7th, October 15th, October 21st, October 28th. Because he had that 4-game suspension going into 2018.
That's what I thought.
Who said anything about Mostert?
Huh?
Why are we talking about Mostert? What happened?
I'm not talking about Mostert. I said
Foster.
We were debating. We were asking if Foster played in that game, but he didn't. He didn't play in that game. That's the year that he had the suspension. 2017 was the preseason game when he hit Dalvin Cook.
All we got to do, and I know this is not the show, but we know what we got to do when we do the game plan show. We'll attack that. Let's get into these matchups, man. Let's get into these secondaries if we're moving on from injuries. Let's get into the secondaries because I feel like that's what we definitely need to focus on. We need to focus on our secondary with our additions being back and focus on their secondaries with their people being lost. Like let's outweigh the two. Let's compare them.
So there's a couple of different ways that we can do that. Are we just going to look at stats as far as tackles and sacks and interceptions and all that amongst the secondaries? How in depth do we want to do this? I can pull up PFF. How do y'all want to do this, man? Y'all let me know how we.
That's a good question.
Because there's different numbers for different folks, and you know what I'm saying. Like we can
absolutely
can do it,
bro. Absolutely. I mean, I like to do I like to do position comparisons. You know what I'm saying? So let's take the 2 top safeties, the two safeties from each team. They're both balling out. Like who wins that matchup?
While Mike's doing that, bringing that up, I got a question for you guys because something caught me today with the Kyle Shanahan interview, the presser, and somebody was asking, how are you going to go in this week with Emmanuel Mosley and Akella Witherspoon?
That junk was funny.
And he said, whoever, we'll know at kickoff, basically. Who do you think is going to start at the opposite corner?
Yeah, since we're talking secondary.
Before we get into all this, who do you think is going to start? Do you think it will be Mosley? Do you think it will be Witherspoon? Like, Kyle Shanahan kind of left it out there. He didn't say AK's our guy.
I thought he said whoever had the best practice or some junk like that.
That's what he said, but he didn't say. Like normally, you would think that he would say, he's our guy. He's
right.
So there's obviously something going on there to what they're watching on who's going to have a better practice,
or maybe that's the illusion he's painting for us. What you think, Tony?
I think it's Mosley.
I
think Mosley's a better matchup to go against Diggs.
What? Explain why you think that, though. Why do you think that?
He's more physical. He's more agile to keep up with Diggs, and he has a lot more confidence. Confidence is the number one factor. Akella has zero confidence. All right, that you guys want to talk about the difference? If it wasn't for Mosley making that play, we lose versus Seattle. That's it.
That was a big play, Tony.
And he came in cold off the bench. In my opinion, I honestly feel Kello plays better when he comes off the bench because the pressure is not on him.
But that's what I like, and I don't disagree with you. I think Mosley matches up. I just wanted you to explain why you thought that. But the biggest thing to me is where did his confidence go? Like
at this point, Nick, I don't even care, man. Ain't nothing we could do about it because it's playoff time. We got.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying is going in. How Tony says.
I think he got hurt, right? And E-Man was balling out, and he knew he wasn't taking Sherman's spot, and that's where your confidence started to Whittle. Now, you're going to bring in the pass rush, right, Nick? Because I know that's what you're going to say. But my point is, like, that's when he started being exposed. When the pass rush was diminished and they started throwing his way, he looked out of position every single time, Nick. He looked like this dude on the Saints, that had Pat Williams, I think that's his name, P. Williams, and he had his back turned to the ball when Cousins threw that ball down the field. Like, his back is always turned. He doesn't really get his head around quick enough. I'm not saying that AK shouldn't start, but AK didn't have a good game the last time they played the Vikings neither.
I just want to know, like, as a professional, right, we talk about confidence. And what is it that, like, like, there's other guys out there that have bad games or bad things, and they bounce right back. Jimmy Garoppolo being one of them. Richard Sherman being another. You can even go as far as Deebo Samuel. Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne had, a couple bad games here and there, and then looks like a total different person now. So where, as a professional, how come Okello can't get through this and say, like, want to get through this? Like,
maybe he does want to.
I think the problem with Okello is he overthinks way too much, and the mental aspect of the game is too big for him right now. I don't know what happened pre-injury to post-injury. I don't know what it was. It could be the pass rush. It could be. But I'm going to tell you now, it's on film how to beat that kid, and it's crossing routes. And if they're in man,
that's digs all day, bro.
It's not good. It's not a good matchup. And believe me, if they see him out there and they decide to go man, they're going to do it. They're going to go. Why not do it? You're going to do what the defense cannot stop. So they're going to attack that. Now, the question is, you have Quan there with Greenlaw and Warner. Maybe that could help him. Like, if I don't know, but I just confidence is huge on the corner. I really would love to know what happened to him pre and post injury, but
that's the biggest concern for me is, like, how you see other players bounce back and get their confidence back. And it just seems like it's a poor me type of feeling for Okello, right? Like, not that he's looking for that, but how come he, when you're a perfectionist at your craft, I guess you could say, and you want to get better, obviously you drive to get better, but it doesn't look like, it just feels like he's like, every time he makes a mistake, he goes to blame it on somebody else. He, puts his hands up like this. On a lot of times that he gets beat when he puts his hands up. But how come he can't bounce out of this confidence level or get his confidence up like other people do? Like,
I mean, everybody's not the same, Nick. Everybody's esteem is different. Everybody's handles confidence differently. I'm not sure what it is. Only he knows. Like, only he knows. You would think a pep talk from a vet would be like, yo, man, shake that off. You good. Make the next play. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe he just doesn't have that gene right now, because there's another player on the offensive side that sits on our bench as well that we watch ball out that can't seem to find confidence, or that can't seem to find hardness, or whatever it is you want to call it. And he's not playing. So it's the same way he's benched. It's the same way I think AK may get benched in this particular game because of this matchup. I like AK. I love his size. I like the fact that he can close out due to his length on the ball. Just like Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman ain't fast, or wasn't always fast. He just had good closing speed and good reach. And that's what a big corner can do, right?
A lot of Richard Sherman, though, is tape and knowing the game and knowing route concepts and things like that, where Okello's not as far along as Richard Sherman, obviously. Now, I'm not saying that Okello's a bad player. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. But it's just a matter of, he doesn't seem like he wants that improvement to me. Like, and I'm not saying that, like, I saw Mike, when I said he throws his hands up, like, give that eye look. Like, what? But he does it. It's not every single play, but he does it. He literally looks at somebody else and is like, oh, my God, what's going on here? But we're not going to know. None of us are going to know what it is, right? Because obviously we're not there. I think Okello has a lot of potential. And I think we've seen some of that potential. But when something bad happens, he doesn't turn that into a positive and learn from it. He continues to make some of the same mistakes, and he allows his confidence level to go down instead of up. And, like you said, Wayne, Emmanuel Mosley coming in and playing and balling out. Like, when they, I don't know what it is with him. And you put it right on the head, basically with the same thing as Dante Pettis.
I just feel like sometimes we
I want to hear what Mike has to say, too, after you.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Y'all don't want to hear what I got to say.
No, we do.
I do. You know why I want to hear what you got to say? Because when
y'all are just saying shit. Y'all are literally just saying shit.
When Joe Staley was trash, y'all motherfuckers said bench him. I know that's what every one of y'all motherfuckers in this
Mike
party
said.
Right. I know that.
For one game.
And he came back off an injury. He looked slow all season. We've been saying it since preseason that Joe Staley is done, blah, 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 whatever. Then he has probably like the best 2 games of his 2019 season toward the end of the season. And now, he's back and no one's talking about replacing him and blah, 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 blah. Look, I just feel like if you're not able to step up to the job, bro, take the back seat, let the better person do it. If it kills your ego, it kills it. If it kills your confidence is already killed because you're not playing to the potential. Now,
how are y'all speaking to another man's confidence?
I'm not. I'm just saying if there were.
Nick both said he don't have the confidence.
I'm implying if his confidence is there. If his confidence, he's playing like he doesn't have the confidence to make the play. He's playing
okay. So let's start there.
He's playing like he's playing incompetent to football, Mike. He looks like he's lost on the goddamn field, bro.
He is in the guy's pocket every play except that one crossing route, bro.
One crossing route. He's given up 4 touchdowns in the past 2 games, Mike. How's that one crossing route?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
All right.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all talking like he's out of plays. Akello gave up that one crossing route that he got flat out beat on. I have no excuse for that. No excuse for that. But when you're going up against somebody who's taller than you, longer arms than you, and stronger than you, and you're getting out muscled for the play, he's right there on this guy. It's not like he's getting blown out the water. I don't know what you're
right
about.
You're right to a point. All right. He is there. But the problem is, like, I'll give you a perfect example. That play in the end zone where he hit Cook. He shouldn't have hit Cook. He could have made a play on the ball. His hands were right there. So that shows me.
But Cook wasn't even his guy on that play, Tony. He was cleaning up somebody else.
If it's a zone. They were in the zone on that play. And if they were in the cover, I didn't see the full deep, the back end of the defense, but if it was a cover 3, it's deep thirds. Okay? So he could have been responsible for that guy, even though we're not 100% sure. But if he was, why go for the knockout punch when you're 6'1", 190-pound soaking wet versus a 6'6" tight end that weighs 260 pounds? Play the ball. That's where his snap judgment isn't there. I'm not saying the guy sucks, but his confidence is not. It's very inconsistent. You saw him make plays on the ball. He was literally on top and breaking on the ball before the ball was even there. He did
before his injury. He was diving and breaking balls up.
That's what
he was literally putting his hand between receivers and trying to break balls up. He's not doing that anymore, Mike. He's not doing that at all.
He literally broke up passes in that last game. Man, what the fuck? Yo, y'all are like, this is driving me crazy. Because now I sound like I want Akello to be something that he's not. I understand that he hasn't had the best games, but what y'all are saying, like, y'all are completely ignoring everything else. How many times was Richard Sherman targeted in that last game?
That's the problem. They're not targeting Sherman.
And that's the fucking point. So they only targeting one guy on the other side of the field. So how shut down everybody then?
So he's not supposed to ball out, Mike, because he's being targeted?
Bro, you are being targeted 15 times a game. You're going to give up passes. You're going to give up shit, man. What are y'all talking about? And then y'all sitting here talking like Mosley came in and was locked down. No, he broke up one play.
Not one person said. I didn't say that Mosley came in and balled out.
I will tell you this.
The narrative bullshit pisses me off. Because we're better than that on this show. We're better than that on this show.
But Mike, that's your opinion compared to our opinion. We don't think he's playing to his full potential.
So Mike.
How are we wrong just because you don't think that
let me ask this question, and I just want to answer. Is AK playing like he played at the beginning of the season?
No, because they're targeting him more now.
So they weren't targeting AK at the beginning of the season.
They were spreading the ball around all over the place, and he was making better play. He was way better then. He was playing better then. Absolutely.
I just think it has to do with probably the injury. I think his it could be that, it could be fatigue, it could be a whole bunch of things. It just seems like on certain plays and no zone plays, AK's out of position. Now maybe it's the other guy that's out of position and AK's playing his right spot. I don't know. I'm just talking about the touchdowns. Every time you turn around, his back is turned to the ball and he's giving up the touchdown. I don't care about giving up pass plays. I'm talking about points in the end zone. Big difference. Fucking pass play get you 30 yards, maybe 50 yards. Fucking Manuel Mosley gave up a big-ass pass play, and it was a touchdown to that motherfucker from Arizona. We shitted on him on that game. But he was trying to make a play on the ball. He just wasn't tall enough. He missed it. Sherman missed the tackle. Bam, guy goes in. All I'm saying is I don't know about Witherspoon's confidence, but it doesn't seem like he's playing with that confident Witherspoon he was before the injury. That's where I'm going to go with it. I'm not saying he's playing bad or worse or whatever.
I think he's playing the player more than he's playing the ball. As in, Mike, yes, you're correct. He's on there are times he's on their hips. But what he does after that, he's not utilizing his hands the way that he was before. He's not doing it. He's on their hip, but he's not putting his arm out to break up passes. He's not the one in the back of the end zone. He waited so long, knowing the ball was going there, and hesitated. Before, in the first 3 or 4 games in the year, he would have attacked it. And he's not doing that anymore. And you're sitting here saying that he's only getting beaten on crossing routes. That's not true at all. He's getting beat anytime he's man-to-man. He is getting beat.
All right. Let's move on. I'm saying all right. I'm tapping out. Y'all got it. I got nothing else to say on it. Unless y'all wanted to keep going, I got nothing else to say on it.
I think that the original question is like, who do we feel like should start? I think that's what we need to go back to because Mosley gets beat too, and on crossing routes, and just about every DB in the game gets beat on a crossing route. So I want to take out the crossing routes. I want to focus on that man-to-man thing because I just feel like I want Witherspoon to be better. I want him to play better. I want him to make plays on the ball. And maybe this weekend he does. Maybe he is the guy that does it. We don't know. It all comes down to what Kyle Shanahan feels and who had the better practice for their game plan against Minnesota. I just do know that Witherspoon seems to be playing different. It's just a slight different. And then, like you said, Mike, it could come down to the fact that he's being over targeted, opposed to them throwing to Richard Sherman. Why they won't throw to Richard Sherman, I don't know.
I don't understand what the whole over targeting piece has to do with it. You still have a fucking job to do on the field.
You're right, but I mean,
I don't understand what the whole targeting thing is. He was getting targeted the same amount when Richard Sherman was out there the first 3 weeks. He was still getting targeting.
I will say this: both of them guys have pick sixes, so I want both of those guys on the field at the same time. That's what I'm going to say. I'll rest my case with that one. So for the rest of our secondary, we get Tart back. We talked about him coming back. Like, how does that help bolster up the secondary? Tart and Jimmy Ward.
I think it's going to help first the tight ends. And I think that it's going to go back to the safeties being interchangeable and giving more flexibility to Saleh and the defense for certain play calls. And if they do go man, Tart could match up in man coverage versus a tight end or an inside receiver. And listen, remember, those two guys played high school football together. They grew up together. They know each other the best. So I like that combination with them back there. The only thing you just got to hope about is, he's got to get his legs back under him, Tart. He's been out for a while.
Right.
So other than that, it should be pretty good.
Well, I mean, he's practiced. He's been practicing.
Yeah, but game speed and practice.
Yeah, no, I know. I know that. I was just saying that he's not it's not his first week back in practice. Obviously, game speed's totally different. We went through that with Joe Staley. I think Tart is an upgrade over Marcel Harris. I know Wayne likes Marcel Harris, but I still think Tart, and I haven't been big on Tart, but Tart was balling this year. Now, hopefully he doesn't come back from injury and be a completely different person.
But I think having both of them helps us more than it hinders us, right? Because like the biggest issue with Marcel Harris is he's playing the wrong angles. Just like Moore was playing the wrong angles when he was in there. I think they're taking the wrong angles to make those tackles, and then they're diving trying to make that tackle or the big hit, and then boom, they miss it, bounce off, boom, guys taking it down the field, especially if it's a tight end. If you get that like slippery tight end, they're gone if they don't make that tackle. Whereas you play a guy like Cooper and you can hit, bounce off, whatever, but he doesn't have that quick speed. Kyle Rudolph is like a hooper. I'm not sure he has that quick speed. I expect him to get hit. I also expect him to be in there on the line, chipping and trying to block on run play. So like I just want to know, like, I feel like having Harris back on the bench is a bonus for the simple fact that you got a guy who's finally learning the system. He's coming into this game, and when and interchangeable, when Tart needs that break, he comes in there. And 9 times out of 10, when Marcel Harris plays, what is he always doing? He's going for the strip ball. He's trying to get the ball out of the receivers or the running back's hands. That's a bonus. Like, one guy that's specifically targeting the ball, that's a bonus for us, guys.
Like, who do you think? Do you think we benefit from getting Tart back on the field compared to Harris?
Absolutely, communication, if nothing else. You have somebody. I like Tart's frame a little bit more than Harris's. Although I love the way Harris like comes out and he hits. He's a baller out there, man. But I like Tart out there more for sure. He gives you a better matchup on tight ends because his coverage is better. So I think it's going to be a big difference. Not just tight ends either. Like anything going across the middle of the field, that's short stuff. Having him down there in the box is going to be very, very key. Him and Quan, those two together. I know they're going to have the ability to like shut down the side of the field when they're working. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch those guys out there again. Tart brings another linebacker type mentality out there. So I like it. I like Tart.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. A lot of people are comparing Tart and Harris in the run game. Who do you think is a better run fit, strong safety? Do you think it's Harris or do you think it's Tart?
I think it's Tart.
Harris will make the bigger hits. Tart will get there faster though. He doesn't hesitate. Harris has that like, okay, go get him. Like, and then he's 100 miles an hour. But Tart is like diagnosing the play. He's got more of the cerebral side of it down, and he'll get there. And Tart's not to say that he can't hit, but he doesn't operate the same way Harris does. That's all.
Got you.
In my opinion, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Tart is just an all around. I think Tart, as in a player mentality, is a better player all around than Harris. Now, like you said, Harris brings some physicality to him that Tart may not bring, but Tart can lay the wood too. Like, let's not get that. Like, I don't think we're getting that mixed up. But, I think this year we've really seen another branch of Tart's play. Obviously, we haven't seen it in years before because of injuries. But I think we've seen something in Tart this year. And I was never big on Tart. I'll eat that. But Tart came out this year and is a huge byproduct of this defense. And you could tell before Harris started getting into, week by week getting better, you could tell the missing that we've had from not having Tart on the field. So I definitely think it helps.
I've been trying to pull up the player comparisons this entire time, and I hate trying to operate PFF, bro.
I'm on it too, and I think I can't read. I think that's what it. So I was just gonna wait for you guys to start spewing out the stats. And
I've been trying to get this the whole time, bro. This entire right. So I do have some numbers for their secondary right now.
Okay.
All right. So this is gonna be according to PFF guys. So don't kill me, fam.
All right, I'm out. No.
They have their free safety Smith has an 87.9 rating. Their strong safety Harris has a 91 rating. All right. When you look at their corners, Trey Waynes, he's 66.4. Xavier Rhodes is 48.4. All right. Now,
I tell you right now, AK is better than Xavier Rhodes. Okay, go ahead.
I thought Sendejo was playing safety for them.
I thought he was too. He must be the reserve because I just watched him on this field.
Okay.
So Harris is the other safety.
Smith and Harris. Yeah,
I don't even know who Harris is. They got to look him up. He got a 91. I know about Harrison Smith, but who's the other guy that you said had a 91?
Anthony Harris.
Yeah, I got to check.
He's a free safety. He actually, I think, has 5 or 6 interceptions this year.
Yeah, I think he leads their team with picks.
I was just gonna say I think he leads the team.
But Sendejo also has a grade of 73.9.
Yeah, that's the def.
Now, when I pull up the Niners,
here we go.
What was McKenzie rated?
McKenzie.
Oh, that was their second quarterback, right?
Yeah, and he goes inside the slot on.
Oh, so he's our Kawan Williams.
I think he plays outside, and nickel he goes inside.
Got you.
And that's when Wayne comes in.
Hold on, let me get to it. Hold on. All right. Oh, that ain't it either. Hold on. I hate this site so much, man. Bear with me. See, they're calling Sendejo
their safety, right?
Their nickel corner on this. Hold on, I'll find it.
Oh, maybe because he was hurt. He missed the last 2 games, this guy.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they're not showing him at all. They're showing Sendejo as their nickel. So I can't get that number right now unless I get off of this page, and I'm going to lose for the Niners.
They said Harris leads the NFL with 7 picks. God.
Oh, he got 7. Damn. Oh no, but I think he had 6 in the regular season because he got one on Breeze this game, right?
Oh, that's who got the pick on Breeze. Got you.
Was it Harris that had the pick on Breeze?
That was dumb though because Breeze threw into double coverage, so that safety was whoever the safety was got it. It happened already. So I got to rewatch it.
All right, I'm gonna click this roster tab and see if I could get their whole joint here. But all right, I have the Niners grades here.
Here we go.
They are as follows. Wait, where'd it go?
Bum.
All right, here we go. Oh no, that's the offense. Hold on. Oh my God.
I'm watching this game, man. Kirk Cousins is trash. I'm sorry, Mike.
What you saying sorry to me for? Hey, my guy.
You telling me to beware of Kirk? Look, this dude.
No, that's not. Come on, man. That's not what I said.
I think their main objective is to make him a one-dimensional quarterback, meaning making him win the game.
On the defense,
like how everybody wanted to prove. They wanted Jimmy to prove that he could win the game without a run game. We're gonna make them one-dimensional.
Like how they did Aaron Rodgers. Like how yeah. I think so.
And if they make them one-dimensional, then there's an issue. But if they can't, I mean, listen, Cook is fast, bro.
He has some dope passes to Thielen though. Thielen though.
And that one deep ball.
I just watched the good one.
For the record, I said if Kirk Cousins shows up.
Okay.
There's a big difference. I know that's a big if. That's a huge if. I can't. It says loading depth chart, so we got to wait for the Niners.
You know who we can't sleep on our defense, and that's what scares me. It's the fact that Thielen is playing good football again. It looks like his hamstring is not phasing him, and he's other than that fumble he led their team with receptions and yards. He had like 129 yards. I'm not sure if he scored. I didn't check that, but he definitely had like 129 yards, Joe.
Wayne, you're watching the game?
Yeah.
Watch their corners, the Saints.
Why does it keep loading? It's the same freaking way. This is annoying the hell out of me. Hey, I do want to ask you all this question though, really quick, while we're watching. Brunskill's been playing pretty well, but Mike Person is back at practice. Who do you guys think is to start there, and do you think that has a big outcome effect on the game?
That's a tough question, man.
I think Person goes back in to start. And I think he might be on a little bit of a shorter leash than he was before, with the way Brunskill was playing. Brunskill's been balling, so I gotta say that we're probably better off with Brunskill. But Person wasn't as bad as, wasn't bad either. I don't want to say that he wasn't bad. There were some plays that he probably could have had back that he got beat on. But I'm gonna say that we're probably my gut feeling's probably telling me that we're better off with Brunskill there than Person.
I think going into the playoffs, I think if it's not broke, I don't think you try to fix it. Even though Person is our starting guard,
Yeah.
and he's a better pass blocker, I guess. I think we're gonna try to dominantly try to run this daggone ball, man. We got to loosen them safeties up, run this ball. They're linebackers. Like who we're not talking about linebackers today, but are there linebackers that good? I mean, Anthony Barr and who else? One of those Kendrick brothers.
You got Kendricks.
Good.
You got Kendricks. You got Anthony Barr, and he's a rookie or not a rookie.
I know Anthony Barr is. I would love to see a Matt Breida, a Raheem Mostert wheel route on an Anthony Barr touchdown pass to the end. I would love to see that. I would love to see Anthony Barr get toasted in coverage.
Barr's your more physical, like he's your prototypical like Sam linebacker.
Yeah, but if you send him out on coverage and he got coverage,
I'm just saying he's the bigger linebacker. Got you. Saying? He's like 6'4", 255, and I think you could expose him in man situation. Zone, he might be able to,
cover his space.
Yeah, but I think if they attack him, I think the Niners could do damage. I think, listen, if I told you right now, name the top 2 linebackers in the NFL, who would you name as your top 2 linebackers? How about this? Would you consider Kuechly as one of your top 2 linebackers from Carolina? Okay. Well, Kuechly's head was spinning when they played the 49ers. So what do you think is going to happen to this defense? Kuechly, in my opinion, is probably the best middle linebacker in the NFL.
I think it's Kuechly and Wagner.
Okay.
In my opinion. And then Jalen Smith and Warner would be like my second tier.
But Kuechly didn't know where to go, where to look, or nothing. So they're going to really test. I understand Kendricks is an all-pro first team. Kyle's going to test this guy, and he's going to see how he is like preparation, like how they prepared to stop this offense. And he's going to test that middle of that defense. And the biggest thing is this kid Alexander, who plays their slot. He's out. He's been out for the last couple games, and I think Kyle's going to attack that too.
Debo slants, baby. Debo slants. Mark says, I hope Person does not look like Staley and McGlinchey when they first got back from injury. But I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you think starts? Obviously, Kyle Shanahan, every time a starter has come back, has started. That starter has started. Do you think that's the case? Do you think, you think that it benefits us, like Mike asked, of which player do you think benefits us the most being in there? I'm kind of interested to hear who you guys say.
I would stick with what got us to this point.
Yeah, I'm with Brunskill.
But, Tony, that Brunskill has gotten us to this point for the last 3 weeks, but Person has gotten us to this point for the first 13 weeks.
And Person's coming back off of an injury, too, so it's like –
That's the problem.
We've witnessed with our offensive linemen and how they look when they
right. I'm just asking him, like, they both kind of got us to this point, so I didn't know who he was choosing.
Well, I'm saying since the injury, so he's been with the offensive line working as a unit. Because don't forget, I don't think Garland worked with Person since he's been the center consistently. So now they have a rapport between Brunskill and Garland. I personally wouldn't want to switch that. I mean, listen, it is what it is. They're probably going to go with Persons because he is the veteran and he has, he's a multiple year starter for different teams. He's been around the league, but I like what Brunskill offers. I like what he brings to the table.
Who do you think's better? Like, what do you think is the best part of their game? comparing them both, pass protection or run in this zone type run offense.
Well, they're both good fits for the zone because they're both mobile. They both can get to the second level. They both can get out and lead and screens and plays like that. So the comparison in the run game, I think, is a wash. The pass pro, I kind of think that's a wash too because they're both not. I mean, Person might be a little bit better in pass pro, but Brunskill's a bigger physical dude than Person, who has a little bit of a nasty streak to him. I saw in a couple plays, and most important, you didn't hear. I don't think you didn't hear anything from the interior of that defensive line versus Seattle. I didn't hear Reed's name a lot compared to when we played them in November. Poona Ford, you really didn't hear him. So, I mean, it's not a knock against Person, but like Wayne said, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Brunskill has the highest grade, according to PFF, among all of our offensive linemen.
Wow.
He was the highest grade tackle when he was in for McGlinchey.
So we got a guy that plays tackle, that played right tackle and right guard
and center.
He could play the whole offensive line.
Look, man, that's exactly. That's scary. Now, here's the reason why maybe Person does start is for the simple fact that Person plays guard. You let him go in. If he can't go, you just automatically insert my guy back in. It's crazy because we lost our swing tackle, and it seems like we got a swing center tackle guard out of it. So this is
he said swing center tackle guard.
That's a vote.
Do you think it was odd that he was dressed last week and didn't play?
Person?
Yeah.
That's a good question because maybe we stuck with what was gonna. Maybe that was that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But now,
I don't think that was why. I think it was because it was still the injury was still prevalent. That same injury is still showing up on the practice report 2 weeks later. I think that he was out there just in case of an emergency. We have to get through this game. Like I don't think they were ever going to put him out there on the field.
Okay.
I think you get what I'm saying? Like, and you guys got to remember that we were scraping the bottom of the barrel at that time. Like we were either going to sign somebody off the street or activate somebody who was not going to play. Because you got to remember that for most of the last couple of games, Beathard was even active, right? But he was going due to the family issues.
Correct.
So we had to activate, like it was all hands on deck just to even get through these games. So, I don't know.
Did Marquise I just want to ask you a quick question about IR. Did Marquise Goodwin ever get placed on the IR?
Yes.
He did, right?
It was like week 15 or 16, right?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he did because I was on YouTube last night and I ended up watching a Goodwin season when he had his surgery. And he's like, yeah, I'll be back for the playoffs and ready to go. But then when the doctor was talking to him, he's like, oh, you're out for at least 6 weeks before you even start running. And he's like, oh, like he was like surprised. So I didn't know if they ever placed him on the IR because I haven't really paid attention to Goodwin.
Got you, man. Well, we just wanted to bring you guys, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to bring you guys the secondary scope and how it was looking for both secondaries. We talked about the 49ers. We gave you the scope on what the Vikings do, their injuries, and things like that. We could wrap this show up, guys, and get back into it tomorrow. Maybe we can go offensive side or linebackers. Actually, we kind of covered the linebackers today, too, I think.
Well, we covered their side.
We covered their side of the linebackers.
We didn't really talk about ours because obviously the block is hot.
Right. So, I mean, there's no talk.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys really think Quan Alexander plays this week? Or do you think that
I mean, I think he plays, man.
Kyle goes with the safe bet and just plays Greenlaw and
I think they both play, right? You got one on each side.
You'll know Saturday. You'll know Friday.
Yeah, I know we'll know, but I'm asking what your guys' opinion is. Like,
well, I'm saying you'll know Friday because they have to drop somebody to put him on the active roster. If they drop him and activate him, he's playing.
My opinion is he plays. If he's healthy, he's cleared by the doctors, If he has decent practice, even decent practice, he's playing. That guy has been giving this team nothing but energy. Even riding on the team bus to go into the game with his videos he's been posting. Like this team is feeding off of this guy's energy, and I think he plays, man. I just think he plays, man.
Yeah.
I know it's cautious, but man, it's the playoffs, bro. And I think this is what you live for, man. This is it. If you got cleared, this is it. If you get hurt again, then it's fate. If you don't get hurt, and it's fate. Either way, it's fate.
I mean, you did hear Quan Alexander talk about how he's been talking with JJ Watt, obviously about things with this whole injury thing like that. But I just think this is too big of a game for him to not come back. He's never been in the playoffs.
Yeah, the stakes are high, man.
No, the stakes are really high. We're playing against a good passing, running team, obviously, in the Minnesota Vikings. And this team could use that morale boost right now at that position.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And even for the young guys, Nick, like this can boost them. Like this is a plus.
One thing we do know, Quan won't be at the Foghorn trying to get people hyped. Talk about let's go.
Nah, his ass will be on the field scoring a touchdown, and they're gonna ring that foghorn. Let's go. I'm telling you, bro, his hypeness on that field is going to electrify Levi Stadium, bro.
Yeah, that's the big thing, dude. Like they're calling for rain Saturday. So those of you that are going out to Levi, you gotta be loud, man. Like you can't be sitting up in the, trying to stay dry. This is a playoff game. The end zones are red. The playoff red is back. Man, I wish I could be there to see that shit because I'm so hyped about that.
I've never been to a playoff game, bro. So
got the NFC mark in the one side, the old style helmet in the other.
Yep.
Oh, that shit is fire. And it's red. Bro, this has to be could you imagine when they announced Quan Alexander's name? Coming back, because I mean obviously they do the defensive side. What color uniforms do you think we wear?
Red.
I think we go white, bro. I think this is Kyle. I posted what I posted earlier today. Kyle was ball boy back in '94, and his dad was the OC for this team. I think everything is nostalgic for a reason. Everything comes back full circle. I think we go all white. I think Kyle talked about in his presser today how he wore that jersey every day with a different undershirt, yo. There's something big about those uniforms, something big about this game. It's everything that Kyle dreamed of, and I think it's gonna happen. And I think we go with the white unis.
Big's daddy says I'm not checking the weather. The last I heard, it was supposed to be raining there.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So I'm gonna look it up right now. Why I got you on here? And nope, 57 degrees and clear now.
Oh, dang!
57 degrees and clear.
No rain.
No rain, Big's daddy. I got you. I just checked it now. My bad. Relax here. I
just watched Kirk Cousins, first of all, fumble the ball, right? They called it back for some defensive bull crap, right? And then he shot another pass and the running back fumble, the backup running back fumble. Like, why are we really worried? You know what? Kirk Cousins will have to play like he is.
He's gonna have to play
like he Drew
like it's
Brees.
the biggest game of his career.
Yeah, I mean it is, but he's gonna have
here
to.
On out. He has to.
Yeah.
The way to beat Kirk Cousins is get to him.
Yeah.
You hit him a few times. He's probably the most frantic quarterback when being rushed.
Okay.
He'll fumble the football, which is huge for D Ford. Can D Ford get any strip sacks this week? And he'll throw interceptions.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yo, before I get off this show, man, I see Miss Debbie got a post up here, man. We gotta post that up real quick.
Yeah, let me give you this one first.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
We have not played well in the elements. I think we would have played Baltimore better in good conditions. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that with rain, but obviously it's going to be clear. We just looked at that. So that really doesn't have any effect on the game. Now it's 57 degrees. So, Mark, appreciate you, man. Miss Debbie is here. She says, good evening, fellas, and huge Happy New Year. I'm going to be at Levi Live and in person wearing red like the end zone.
Hey, Miss Deb, I love you. Mwah, mwah. We going to pop this gold bottle in February, baby. That's how we going to do it. Shoo.
Yeah,
Pop
I got to get
champagne.
mine's still in the box. I got to take it out. I haven't even taken it out yet. I've looked at it. So I wanted to say thank you to you as well, Miss Debbie. You know that I've already told you personally, so appreciate you sending those bottles to me as well. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well. I'm trying to hold off till Mike gets back so that we can let him say peace out too to everybody. But do you think that us playing on grass benefits us playing at home compared to a dome team playing on what they play on in Minnesota? Do you think that benefits us at all?
I think being at home, period, benefits us. That's the whole point of wanting to be at home. I know that it seems like we play slower at home. Does that make sense? Like it takes us a little bit longer time to kind of like wind up and get in tune, which is a little bit a worry to me from our own perspective. I feel like on the road we come out tuned up. I feel like at home it takes us a little bit longer to get cranked up, except for in that Green Bay game. When that first play, that Nick Bosa play, that first play, that set the tone. And we had D Ford in on that play, if I'm not mistaken. Like that set the tone. You called it, Nick. It's so hard to not talk about the matchup. It's so hard. I mean, to not talk about the game overall. We're trying to discipline ourselves to keep us focused on this DB matchup. Who might have the better secondary and blah blah blah. I know that I feel like playing on the grass will benefit us at home. I don't see any other way. We know how to run at home. We know how to cut. We see less falls and slips from Coleman. Like this should be a good game.
You know, we lost 2 games at home this year.
We did. We lost 1 on the road.
1 on the road, 2 games at home. You know, because we lost to
Seattle and Atlanta, bro.
Seattle and Atlanta, both at home. Two teams that I hate to say it like this, but I feel like when we play those teams, we play to their level.
Yeah, man, that was tough, yo. I take the Atlanta loss more tough than I did the first Seattle loss, because I felt like
I definitely took the Atlanta loss way harder.
I felt like they had the game, but they played too safe. And when you play safe football, you leave space to get beat. And I think that's what they did.
I mean, do you think the 2 losses at home will affect us how we play at home in the playoffs?
What you think, Tony?
No. No way in hell.
Totally different mindset, right?
It's win or go home. Your back's against the wall. This is going to be a street fight. So
yes, correct.
That place is going to be loud. Now it's not going to be raining, so there's no excuses for people not to be there or be undercover, whatever.
Well, they are sold out, so
it's not sold out.
They are.
Oh God, Lee! Wow,
they are sold out. So
Miss Deb's gonna be at the game too. By the way,
this place better be loud, man. Like I heard that it was really, really loud for the Cleveland game. And obviously, I wasn't there. It was loud for the home opener. I mean, obviously, we didn't have much to really cheer about other than the comeback.
That Dante Pettis touchdown catch, bro. Did we not lose our
that's what I'm saying. Like there were points of the game that we were loud, right?
Absolutely. How many times I got told to go sit in my seat?
This game needs to be loud consistently anytime the defense is on the field or kickoffs. Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy that this dude, Jared Cook, was supposed to be a Patriot, but they didn't sign him because they thought Gronk was coming back. Ugh. Crazy. Love how the NFL works.
Is Mike gonna pop back in here so he can say goodbye or what?
I thought y'all would have been done by now, man.
No, we didn't say you were done, so I want to let you give your closing thoughts.
As
well.
No,
hey,
Mike, huh?
When are we bringing them tomorrow, Mike?
I don't know. We're gonna try to bring something. Hopefully, it's
quarterbacks
organized. Yeah. Let's try quarterbacks.
Sorry,
quarterbacks. That's like a 10-minute show.
We'll figure it out. They never go as planned, so we'll wing it and try to have some structure. We'll see what happens, man. We'll try something here. All I know is this: I'm excited. It's gonna be a damn good game. I want to win. We better win. Tomorrow's our Thursday. That's a nice little suggestion there from Mark.
Fan interaction show
tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah, I know, but it's
football Thursday.
Sunday. Saying.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so maybe we can do that then. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, man, I feel like I don't even know. Are my windows still open over here? I was really trying to pull up some of these comparisons, and I couldn't get. PFF sucks. I'm sorry. It does. Like when you pull up the team versus team, you can't switch between offense and defense. So I'm stuck looking at the Niners offense against their defense, and I just want to flip it. You can't. There's no. I've logged out. I've gone and logged in as a Vikings person, and it's still giving me the same exact thing. It's pissing me off. So maybe I don't know how to use it, but whatever. Yeah. So I'll have to look up some numbers in my free time tomorrow, and then maybe we can crunch those numbers again real quick before we dig too deep into anything. But yeah, so
I think we should do a full breakdown tomorrow and an interaction show. Because Thursday,
I have to work, I think.
Well, we got we'll have. Well, they're gonna practice the rest of the week, so
I just can't wait till that injury report come out Friday, and we get what we need. We get the satisfaction of knowing who's gonna be starting, and we can rest motherfucking easy and go into Saturday and just be like, yes, full steam ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
I think that's what's wrong. We haven't played.
I hate not being able to break down the whole game.
Okay, but we have to. We're all anticipating. We're all anxious. We're all like, we want to see our team ball out. It's been a long time. We haven't played since the Seattle game. Like we got healthy guys coming back. We want to see them on the field. We're all excited. We're all exuberant. And we're all fucking nervous at the same time. I think it's just everything in a melting pot, and that's what we are. And we're trying to break stuff down day by day because we still have a long motherfucking time. Like that's what we have. We have time.
Yo, you think I'm nervous this week? Wait till we win next week. Wait till the following week. Each week I'm gonna get more and more nervous.
Bro, these nerves are effing up my stomach. I'm keeping it. But I probably used the bathroom 5 times today. And I didn't even eat 5 times.
I did too, but it's probably from the coronas.
I'm just saying, the nerves are definitely setting in. Guys, we don't ever sit here and we're not going at each other's necks and throats. We're just
don't say that because we always are at each other's necks.
I'm just saying, I don't want fans to get scared. But look, man.
They'll still come up and say what's up.
Because I don't like when Mike go fucking 0 dark 30 silent on cats, and then I'll be like, oh man, like I need him to come back. And I don't want him to bow out either. That's some bullshit. But it is what it is, yo. I know Mike loves Akello. We love Akello.
It's not even about Akello. It's just the dumb stuff that was being said, man. It's not.
You think it's dumb? It wasn't dumb.
It was dumb. Y'all can't talk to the measure. You can't speak to the measure of a man's confidence and his will.
But that's how you took it. That's how you took it. We were asking why his confidence.
You literally said Akello doesn't have the confidence. He can't come. It looks like he can't come back from this. Those are your words. You can't test. You cannot attest to another man's confidence.
I agree with you, Mike.
I can tell you he's not playing with the same confidence.
No,
That's the same shit.
we could just say he's not playing to the same level. I think that's
He's
what
not playing the same confidence level. No, he's not. I don't care what Mike says. It could be dumb. It could be whatever. He's not playing the same confidence as the Kello was playing with before.
You have no idea how confident he is out there, Nick. What are you talking
about? You've used the same analogy on other players, bro.
I have not. I don't
you have
confidence. No, I don't, bro.
Tony eardrums are like, oh shit.
Tony just sits there. He hasn't said a word in like 20 minutes.
Look, I get where Mike's coming from. It's hard to judge a man's confidence, but the way it looks like his confidence level is gone. But we don't know if that's what it is, because it could be injury. He could be injured. Shit, he could be scared. He could be nervous. That's not confidence. That's something else. So we don't know exactly what it is until he opens up his little scary mouth and tell us. Why don't the reporters interview him? Have you ever asked yourself that question?
Bro, we have the most stupidest media.
Okay. Well, why don't they interview him? Why isn't Nick out there fucking interviewing him and asking him this question then?
I'm gonna message Grant and tell him to ask next time I go in there, ask him about his confidence level.
And because these are questions we want answers to. This is our fans want to know.
You're not even gonna get a real I'm nervous. I'm afraid.
He might just think confident.
My confidence is the same as it's always been. I go out, I prepare. If they make a play on me, they make a play. That's the answer you're gonna get.
That's not the correct answer.
I don't think I've ever heard him talk. That's my point. Like, my point is, I would love.
He's even more monotone than Nick Bosa.
Nick is a funny talk.
Like I said, I have nothing wrong with AK. I wish that he was playing the way that he was. But I said the other night, I think he benefited. We put him on such a high pedestal because of how good the pass rush was and what the quarterbacks we were playing. I don't care how many times you're targeted, you still got to make plays. You can't be like, oh, well, I'm getting targeted 15 times, so I'm going to give up 7 more catches. No, you still got to play the game. That's a piss poor excuse for me. I don't want to hear that you're targeted more. Like, that's just stupid. Make plays so you don't get targeted. That's what you do. You can't give up plays and be like, oh, I'm getting targeted 15 times. They're going to keep coming at you.
Maybe it's his personality that's like just different. Maybe I don't know. Man. All I know is we need AK. He's one of the best players on this team, and we need him to come back and play like he's been playing. And maybe with Tart being there, maybe the communication is back to where it needs to be. Maybe he was the missing link, and maybe it was causing stuff to happen. Who knows? I think he suits up. I think he starts. That's the end of it.
That's a good point. That could be it too.
And it, because you said it yourself, Nick. You said he's always trying to blame somebody else. I'm thinking maybe he's trying to figure out like why that other person wasn't in on the play. Like, where were you? I thought you were over the top, or I thought you were here. And I just don't like the fact he's giving up these touchdowns. I don't care if you give up a pass play. Everybody's going to give up a pass play on a defense. Ain't nobody that locked down. Richard Sherman gives up pass plays. Jalen Ramsey gives up pass plays. Like, all these big-time DBs, ain't nobody unmotherfucking stoppable. The fact that they don't throw to Sherman, though, is set to his skill set. They know that Sherman studies that film. They know Sherman's trying to pick a route or trying to play chess and play checkmate and say, I knew you were doing that. I got it. They know that. That's why they don't throw to him the majority of the time. They don't feel like they get that same response. That's why they go at AK or they'll go at Emmanuel Mosley. It's been like that for years. Just like when freaking Deion Sanders used to play. Nobody was throwing to him because if they did and they tried, 9 times out of 10 it was a pick. 9 times. So we need AK to just play AK, yo. He was the number 2, could be the number 1 DB on this team, and right now he's looking like he's the number 3. Not saying he is, because I felt like we've seen more of Emmanuel Mosley, and we've seen him make bigger plays because we've seen him longer due to the injury. So I feel like now that AK's coming back, I think he'll be fine on Saturday, guys.
Look, this happens with every single player that plays really, really well, or players who don't play well. We've been through this with offensive linemen. Don't replace Brunskill. Don't replace School. Don't replace Mosley. Oh, shit, we're hurting because Akello's down. Then Mosley comes in. Oh, Mosley's balling out. We're all on his jock. And then now it's like, oh, well, Mosley can't play anymore. Or why are we thinking about putting Person back in? Why aren't we leaving Brunskill there? It's the fan in us. That's what it is. We want to win. We want the best player on the field, and we can't choose. Out of all four of us who are on the show, we can't choose because we've all been on Mosley's jock. We've all been on Akello's jock. And here we are fighting over Mike saying Akello is still good. I'm saying that there's something going on. Wayne, you're saying there's something going on. Tony's not saying much. He's just saying he doesn't know what's going on. And then, but we were all on Mosley. But now we're saying Mosley can't play and gets burnt all the time too. So we've been back and forth with this, whether it's Mosley or Akello. That's just the way it's been with this team. There was tons of people saying get rid of Sherman because Mosley was balling out. Is Sherman getting re-signed next year because Mosley's balling out, and then we get Mosley and Akello back? And now we're talking about, well, Mosley gets burnt too. Yeah, it happens. But when I'm talking about Akello, and then I'm done for this, we can be done with this whole thing, is when I'm talking about Akello is he just doesn't look like he's playing as aggressive as he used to be. There's something going on with him. Whether it's confidence, whether it's injury, whether it's the pass rush, there's something going on that Akello is not playing the way that he was playing before with his hands. He's in good coverage. He's not making plays on the ball anymore for some odd reason.
That's what I see. I don't know if that's confidence, but that's what I see.
It's just I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't care who's out there as long as they make plays. Like I don't care. This team has overcome everything that they've tried to overcome this year. Whether it's Akello out there, whether it's Mosley out there, whether it's Brunskill, whether it's School, whether it's what's the other lineman's name? Garland. You know, it doesn't matter. Like we've overcome everything. As long as we win, I don't give a shit who's out there. Just make a play and don't give up a play to lose the game. That's it.
The crazy thing is, though, none of those players have given up plays to lose the game.
No. Nobody has.
So out of the way, it's a win-win. I like I said, it comes back to what Shanahan feels and whoever has the best practice. I'm not sure if it goes down to the matchup. I do know on tape, though, from last year, but we can't go off the tape because we said last year our team was different. We said that Jimmy Garoppolo was shit. We said that our team couldn't tackle, and that was last year. And we watched them all make a big old 360 and have damn near the number one defense in the NFL this year. So with that being said, like whoever goes out there just has to do their job, right? That's what we're saying. At the end of the day, they just got to go out there and do their job. It's not about us picking one player over another. Well, for me, it's not. It's about whoever goes out there. Just don't get beat on a touchdown pass and give up plays in the end zone when it looked like you were right there. That's how it looks for AK. If you say it's his hands, cool. If you say it's his confidence, cool. If you say it's lack of aggression, cool. Whatever the definition is, we just need him to come out there and be AK. That's who he is. We call him AK because his name is AK.
Well, hopefully he shoots his shot like an AK this week.
Bow! Right. That's all we ask.
I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who's out there. It's not that I hate Akello. I just think that he's playing differently than he's played. And I'm okay. I'm confident with Akello out there, and I'm confident with a Mosley out there. As long as somebody does their job. And to me, like I said, it just looks like Akello's not playing to the standard that he was. And I've been saying all week, it could be the pass rush. It literally could be the pass rush to where we put him in a higher standard than what he really is. It really could be because he hasn't played without a pass rush until now.
That is true.
And it's just – and the quarterback competition that we were playing against when he was playing. We played against Jameis Winston, who was in the 30-30 club.
He wasn't in the 30-30 club game one, Nick.
No, but he was still dookie. He still didn't play good. Then we played against Andy Dalton. And then we paid up a backup for Pittsburgh.
That's when he got hurt.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Those are the 3 games that he played in. You know, we didn't really play against any top-tier quarterbacks. So, I mean, the pass rush definitely helps. We've talked about this all offseason and last year and the year before and every other year. The pass rush and the secondary go hand in hand. One and the other go hand in hand. They make each other better. So we've been lacking. You can look at the stats. We've been lacking in pass rush. Yes, we're not getting sacks, we're still getting those pressures and we're still getting quarterback hits. But, we're not
And this is a good point right here. He said the last 4 TDs that Spoon gave up was when the plays broke down. This is what Mike was trying to say. Like, this is why Mike was saying, yo, it wasn't his man, blah, 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 whatever. Those were extended plays. And we know if the pass rush is not hitting home and the DB's got to be out there and be extended, somebody going to get open to catch the ball. Like, that's just how it's going to be. In the end zone, he doesn't have a lot of space. It just looked like on that play, like you said, Tony, why didn't he play the ball? He was right there. Even if he would have just reached his finger out to tip the ball, it could have deflected it a little bit. And it looked like he wasn't covering that space properly. But the last 4 touchdowns he has given up has been on breakdown plays. Just want to point that out.
he said, I just want to point that out. Peace. I'm good. Let's rock.
This man left the comment up and dipped.
He's like,
all right, Tony, take us home, man. Get us out of here, bro.
I'm good.
No, come on,
bro, you got to start saying some stuff, man. People are in the chat like, yo, Tony, you going to talk?
I was listening to you guys, man. You guys had the mic tonight. Making good points. I was just listening.
Oh, he dropped out. He didn't really leave.
No, he fell out.
No, he hit the wrong button, probably.
Oh, okay. He was like, I'm out. Click. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, he meant that. For real.
He was like, click, click. Oh.
I don't know what happened, yo, but every 4 episodes, my junk just says, I need a timeout. Just like Nick. See? I think it's...
Hey, we thank y'all for checking us out tonight. We will be back tomorrow with something, all right? Make sure you guys got your notifications set. You got all your notifications turned on. I'm not doing this.
Bro, I didn't even touch anything there.
That's what happened to me.
Oh, my
Hurry up. Let him finish. Go, Mike.
Nah, we done. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for checking us out before they just shut the whole show down. I think YouTube is trying to get us out of here or something. I don't know what's going on, but you guys see the handles over there. On behalf of my man, Nick, 49er Faithful 365, on behalf of my man, Tony, NJ Niner Fan 499, on behalf of my man, Breezy over there, 49ers Breezy, and myself, 49ers Mike _NFL. We want to thank you guys truly for following us, taking your time out of your crazy days to come over here and get even crazier with us. We really appreciate it. Guys, let's do this. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
We out of here.